So the first time in a few weeks we've been able to do a spot of parkrun tourism. Because Dawn is doing the Chester Marathon tomorrow, we find ourselves in the county of Cheshire in the beautiful Delamere Forest. So we first came here 11.5 years ago. We actually did the inaugural back in the day where parkrun liked people to go to inaugurals to help get them off the ground. It is a 1 lap course. Well, it's out round the loop of the lake and back. So yeah, 1 lap course.
In these beautiful surroundings.
In these beautiful surroundings.
It's a bit chilly this morning, but the sun is shining. Gloves are out though.
Yeah, it's a bit breezy, but hopefully we won't feel it in the forest canopy.
You get a train here.
Yeah, you can actually get a train here as well, come by public transport. So facilities, massive car park, lovely cafe, which we'll go in later. I think the parking arrangements, though it's quite expensive to park here normally, you get a QR code from the parkrun volunteers, and it's £3 as long as you leave by 11 AM. From memory, all this run is on trails, nice compact trails like you can see here. So this time of year, road shoes entirely appropriate. The only thing I do remember, maybe a few tree roots need to look out for. Anybody who's liable to tripping over?
Not me. Okay, ready? I dare you, sir. I just said, do it like that.
Do it, just do it. 1 point to Dawn. So yeah, bonus facility there of some free table tennis bats, and they actually had 2 balls as well. So today running around we're going to take a full point of view of the course, so if you ever come to Delamere Forest, and I highly recommend that you do, then you'll be able to see exactly what the course is like. Channel regulars.
Yay!
So it's nice to bump into our Yorkshire-based friends Kevin and Ian Ogden, and we compared our YouTube creator merch. They're sporting the jog on tops. Kevin there's got his Nick Bester socks, but one thing neither of them had is this exclusive Two Running Brooms merchandise, because only Dawn and I have some. And there's my Ben Parks cap too.
Okay guys, have a good run.
I've got a separate dog start. I've got a separate dog start over there, I think. Yes indeed, I seem to have a separate start for those running with dogs. I think we're seeing it in 1 or 2 other parkruns too. Let us know in the comments below if you know of a parkrun where there are separate starts for people running with dogs and the rest of the runners. So what that starting arrangement allows for is the wide trails here to be used by the runners before the dogs and their owners come in. So you see a buggy going past here. I think it might be quite congested if everybody's trying to start on this particular section, but it's really well organised by the Delamere Parkrun core team. Beautiful autumn morning here. You can see the sun shining through the trees. There are a mix of deciduous and evergreen trees here. Nature isn't my topic of interest, but if I were, I'm sure I'd love coming here and finding out all about the natural environment. So the first kilometre of the course is a little bit undulating. You go over the railway bridge. As I say, the train station brings you directly to the parkrun start, and there are some climbs as well. But you can really get into pace without having to worry about tripping over people. And I do find it's a high mileage runner that running on lovely soft surfaces like this forest trail, really is good for the legs. I wish we had something like this near where we live, because I'll be running on it quite a lot. It's perfect for the road runner who doesn't want the constant battering of the legs on relentless tarmac, and also has those few undulations that help build leg strength. So if you were to come to Delamere Forest not on parkrun day, it's really easy to follow this loop. You look for a sign that says Delamere Forest 5k run, and it is essentially the parkrun course, so easy to do what we used to call a freedom parkrun. So this was event number 514 at Delamere Forest Parkrun. As I said, we did the first event back on the 2nd of March 2013. I ran 18:29 that day, Dawn ran 21:08. There were 152 runners out that day. On this particular morning, there were 490 runners, and I think the record is somewhere around 687. But in general, there are somewhere around 450 to 500 runners who come to Delamere Forest every Saturday morning at 9 AM. So I would say that Delamere Forest parkrun isn't one that you'd come to if you're looking for an all-time parkrun PB, but it is definitely a beautiful rolling scenic course, which is a fantastic start to your Saturday morning. But talking of PBs and course records, the male course record is held by Ed Shepherd with a time of 15:16, and the female course record is held by Holly Weedle with a time of 17 minutes and 29 seconds. So lots of parkrun milestone t-shirts out this morning. If you had to choose a parkrun venue somewhere special to run maybe your 100th or 25th or 50th, 250th, whatever, which parkrun would you choose? I remember for my 500th I chose Birkenhead Park in Liverpool because it's, I think, the oldest of Britain's municipal parks, and Dawn chose to run in Cardiff, which is where we had run our first ever parkrun back in 2008. So there you go, your all-time favourite parkrun where you might choose to run your milestone event. Let me know in the comments below. And here we've got another volunteer coming past, a run marshal. It's a role we have filled a few times in the past. I think their role is to run the course and be on hand should anybody maybe turn an ankle on a tree route, or if anybody gets into any trouble generally, they are there to support and get in contact with the HQ back at the start finish line. I'm not sure if you can see, but we do have the lovely lake on our right here, a particularly pleasant part of the course on this Saturday morning. There is something special about parkruns that take place near water. Some of our favourite parkruns are by the sea, seafront ones. Some of our other favourite runs are around a lake. Do you like running near water on your parkrun? So lots of runners of all ages taking part today, and one thing in particular that us older runners like to look at is the age grading statistics we get each week. Age grading is a way of measuring your performance against people of a similar age who have run a 5k in the past. So the highest age grade percentage ever on Delamere Forest parkrun is a whopping 94.58%. So it's something we like to look at when we've decided to run a particular parkrun at a higher effort. So all sorts of lovely analysis that can be done with those particular results that you get on a weekly basis. One of the fantastic things about parkrun that we've mentioned in the past is the fact it takes you to some wonderful places around the country, places that you might not otherwise visit had it not been for parkrun. So Delamere Forest covers 2,400 acres, and it is in fact part of an ancient forest, part of the great forests of Moira and Modron. There we go, I learnt something new researching this, which used to cover 60 square miles right from the River Mersey down to the town of Nantwich, and it was built, what to do with the forest, planted, as a hunting ground for the Earls of Chester right back in the 1100s. So where we are running today has a very ancient history and pedigree, and that's one of the things we love about parkrun, exploring the wonderful places around our country. Delamere Forest is a great tourist attraction in Cheshire, and amongst the activities that take place here, hiking, cycling, running as you can see us doing. They have some holiday cabins, there's also orienteering and some Go Ape materials that we pass by on the parkrun. Today we're just enjoying an easy run around Delamere Forest parkrun. As I said, Dawn has Chester Marathon the following day. If you want to know how that went, then please check out that separate video. So yeah, parkrun, many things to many people. Some people treat it as a race. Clubs go there as part of their club championships and race each other or people from other clubs. Some people treat it as a time trial. Some people treat it as a fitness run. Some people just treat it like we have today as an excuse or a reason to go somewhere nice, be around positive people, doing something positive in a lovely part of the country. think we've got a bit of a climb coming here on the course, and there are 1 or 2 people who were close to us who then started to push, chasing perhaps personal best times or season's best times, or just a goal they'd set themselves on the day. And that's the great thing. Parkrun, many things to many people. It is whatever you want it to be on that particular day. Yep, Delamere, a 1-lap course. You won't come across any overtaking in this particular course. As we said, it's 1k out, 3k around the lake, and 1k on the way back, which we're on now. Which led us to thinking, what type of parkrun course is your favourite type? Is it a 1-loop course like this one? Or is it perhaps 2 loops or 3 loops? I think I also know one that's 5 loops near us, Heslington. So do you prefer a parkrun course where you just complete the loop once, start at the start, finish at the finish? Or do you prefer the sort of course where you might be passed by people who are encouraging you, or be passing people who encourage you? Or perhaps you might like laps because you try and tick each one off at an even pace or even progressively. So what's your favourite type of parkrun course in general? A 1-lapper or a multi-lapper? One thing I particularly enjoy are the out and backs, particularly these old railway line courses, especially if it is slightly up on the way out and you can run faster coming back down. Plenty of those around. Talking of railways, I think we are about to pass over the railway bridge. As I said, you can get a train directly to Delamere parkrun. You pass over this bridge on the way out and over the bridge on the way back. After this railway bridge, there is a little climb near the end, a nasty little kink, so if you are chasing a time, be aware of that and leave a few seconds in hand for that big finish. Just coming into the finish area now, so we'd like to thank all the marshals and volunteers at today's Delamere Forest Parkrun. Thank you for turning out and making the event possible. Thank you to all the other runners who took part and made it a lovely morning, and we're just about to cross the finish line, get our token scanned, and then make our way to the lovely cafe. Again, I'd highly recommend going to the cafe, and if you don't mind a bit of a queue sometimes, it is well worth the wait for the food and drink.
So that's Delamere done for the second time. Yeah, nice loop. If I lived in this area, I'd like that loop as a training loop. Nice wide paths and nice lake to our left as we were going round. Canopy of trees.
Can I just point out the lake was actually to the right?
Oh yeah, oh gosh, that's my left and my right again. It's a bit of dyslexia, I think. Anyhow, so yes, nice lake to our right as we ran round. The sun coming through the trees, which was lovely, and nice firm paths. What more can you say? Just a really nice route. There was quite a nice crowd out there, wasn't there?
Yes.
Saying well done to everybody. So well done and thank you.
So I hope you've enjoyed joining us at Delamere Forest Parkrun today. If you have, please give this video a like, and if you'd like to see our further parkrun adventures moving forward, then please subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free, and we upload parkruns frequently as well as other running content. So until next time, keep on keeping on.
Keep on keeping on.